Hello, my Gemini friends. If your sun, moon, or rising falls into the sign of Gemini, then this is your reading. So, we're going to look at your week ahead. We're going to take a look at what energy you're currently sitting in, what's coming your way, and we're even going to look and see if there's anything that we can make any changes for. So, if there's something that you're seeing in your energy that you don't want there, we're going to bring it to the forefront so that you can take a look at it, and hopefully we can alter it if it's not something that you're seeking to have in your energy. So I've already pulled the cards, and we're going to get into the tarot a little later in your spread. So the first card that we pulled for you is this beautiful card here, and this is communication. So what I love about this deck is you are called to look at the imagery and see if there's anything that sticks out to you as far as colors, symbols, anything on the card. So does this evoke anything within you? I'm going to go ahead and read from the book. Listen carefully. Speak clearly and with confidence. We communicate with others using verbal and nonverbal techniques. Our body language, listening skills, and attitude determine how effective we are as communicators. It takes work and effort to improve our communication skills, and with patience. They will develop over time. Miscommunication occurs when we are unable to listen to other people. Arguments, mistakes, and conflicts occur when we refuse to acknowledge information or negotiate. At the heart of all relationships is communication. Hidden messages can be seen by looking at body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. Improvements in these areas help to support solid friendships and relationships. Speak your truth and integrity. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Don't be impatient and intolerant. This could lead to misunderstandings and actions that once said cannot be taken back. Spiritual communication is high right now. Take notice of these signs and symbols from the spirit world as they try to connect you through music, feathers, butterflies, dragonflies, moths, birds, and number sequences. Be open to receiving these messages as they come from the heart with love. Right now, you are asked to listen with empathy and understanding to those around you. Place yourself in the other person's shoes to gain a new perspective. There are better ways to get your message across. Be respectful and open-minded when speaking to others. Lead by example and express yourself diplomatically with honesty and dignity. It is better to communicate your feelings instead of being burdened by them. When you discuss your issues, you allow space for solutions to be negotiated and resolved and improve your current state of affairs. It is important that you avoid committing to plans and projects if you don't have all the information. Ask for more details, and when appropriate, speak to professionals such as counselors, financial advisors, solicitors, or teachers. Never be afraid to ask questions. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. That's why we have professionals. Your affirmation, feel free to write this down or journal about this. I am able to communicate clearly and honestly, making powerful connections with others. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that for you. I am able to communicate clearly and honestly, making powerful connections with others. All right, beautiful place to start. So I'm getting throat chakra here for you, Gemini. If there is something that's been weighing heavily on your chest, this is a time to get it off your chest. I'm getting that there's things that you've been holding inside for a long time, and maybe to keep the peace in some situation, whether this is a job, a relationship, a friendship, anything. There's something, it feels like when your throat chakra is blocked, you have a literal lump in your throat. It's almost like you can't even swallow because it's a lump right there. Now, I'm not a doctor, so go get that checked out if there is something going on with your throat, but I am getting some blockage in the throat chakra area. And the way to clear it is to speak your truth and to speak with honesty. So your voice is your power. All right, let's see what else we got here. We have inflexible and change. You or the person involved are set in ways that are impeding growth. Be more open-minded and see the other person's point of view. To expand your perspective in a healthy, oftentimes being too rigid masks the problem that causes imbalance and unrest. Flexibility is needed to create flow. So this came up twice now, needing to see somebody else's perspective on a matter. All right, this card also indicated that exact same thing. So that is confirmation for you, Gemini. If there is something that you're being like stubborn on and inflexible on, Spirit is calling you to take a step back and to look at things differently, because you need to see somebody else's point of view in some sort of matter. All right, we also have this one. We have Cupid Deep Challenge. Challenges in love are testing you. Are you facing difficulties in a relationship? Don't shy away. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. All right. So we also have an Archer here. Very interesting. So now it's leading me to specifically relationships, okay? You're being tested in relationships. It's asking, are you facing difficulties head on, or are you shying away from them? So being inflexible and not seeing the other person's point of view and then not facing the challenges is what's causing your difficulties in your relationships. Now for the next card, for every other pile I pulled one of these, but these two wanted to come out together, so you have two for this one. And we have another Archer. Now they're facing away from each other. We have mental contest. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strengths. And we have control, power, and repressed. So we now have two Archers facing away from each other in different directions. I'm getting very much here that you have something going on in your relationships where you totally disagree on something, and you're not facing each other on the problem, on the conflict. You would rather avoid it and face away and, again, maybe ignore the problem, being inflexible, not facing it head on. The next one we got is Spirit Awakening. Sit with your shadows. It's the way to enlightenment, intuition, and spirituality. So it's nice because it feels like you're being led here. You're being led to sit with your shadows. And there's something awakening within you here. And maybe you're starting to see this pattern. Okay, so whatever this pattern is in relationships that you've had in the past, it's being illuminated to you right now. And you're to the point now where you cannot ignore it anymore. You have definitely ignored it in the past and acted like it didn't exist, and maybe even ignored your part that you played in the problem. So now that you are in this space of awakening, Spirit is showing you how relationships mirror your behaviors, and you're being asked, what can you change? Being more flexible and seeing someone else's point of view on it. All right, your angel number is 4488. Welcome a new beginning. This is upward change abundance. This is a message from your angels representing an end to a stage in your life. They want you to know that when things slow down, they will be with you and assist in guiding you to a new situation that is more suitable for your needs, prayers, and purposes. All right. So it feels like you've asked for this. It's almost like you got stuck in the trenches here of something, and you asked for a way out of it in some sense, whether it was prayer or anything, right? Whatever you did here. Because we definitely have two people with opposing opinions. And even I'm aiming at different things, right? In different directions. And this is where your conflict is. This could even be aspects of yourself that don't agree, right? Maybe you're fighting with your head and your heart, your feminine, your masculine energy, your light being self, your shadow self. There's a lot of opposition going on here in your reading today, and I'm positive that you feel this. This is like inner turmoil, which is also creating external turmoil in some sort of relationship that you have. All right, we're going to jump into the tarot and get further clarification here. All right, Spirit, tell me more about this spread for Gemini, please. Let's get some more details. Thank you. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, what else? The Four of Cups. All right. So my immediate communication that I just received with these two cards is that this energy here used to almost rile you up, like thrill you, but you're bored of it at this point. So there's something within this energy that you used to find exciting, even if it was mildly exciting. And it probably had to do with kind of the passion that came from an argument, if that makes sense. And now it's to the point where your spirit just can't handle it anymore. It's not the same. Like, why don't I feel this same way that I used to? The Fool. Okay, what else? Three of Cups. Okay. I'm even getting gossip right now. Okay. The catty women that are gossiping. And the Queen of Wands. All right. So we now have a Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. Those are the only people on the table. I have the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. This feels like you are now in search of something different, okay? Because again, this past energy that you exuded does not fulfill you anymore. Maybe at one point you thought it did, you thought it was exciting, you thought it was something, but it's not. It's just not. It is not filling your cups. The Knight of Wands is here to fill someone's cup, like offer somebody potentially love. Maybe there's someone new in your sights. And again, the Queen of Wands could be your new person that you've set your sights on. We have fire energy with that. That's Aries, Leo, Sag. We have a lot of archers going on up here. That could also potentially be Sagittarius. But I am seeing you here single and being extremely happy by yourself. The Nine of Cups is what it is. It's about enjoying your own company, right? I am perfectly happy by myself. And again, you may have this Queen of Wands in your sights. And then the Three of Cups here, I see this differently in different spreads, but in your particular spread today, these are catty women who sit around and gossip. It can be celebrations. So maybe at weddings, that's what they do. They always sit at the same table and they always just go around the room and talk crap about everybody at every other table. You know what I mean? This could be dinner plans, and these could be family members, like it's your aunties and your cousins and your grandmas, and but it's catty women sitting around talking smack about everybody. But I don't see you being involved in that. I'm seeing you actually wanting to get away from that and to pursue your own happiness elsewhere. Maybe that's one of the things that you've grown tired of or bored of in this relationship situationship that you've got going on here. All right. Whatever this was that used to bring you passion does not anymore. And you know that now. Like you feel it internally, and that's kind of where you have just woken up to that, okay? And so if you have just woken up to this information, now is the time to sit with your shadows and find out why you used to identify with these people. What was it about the arguments, about the challenges that you identified with? And that's the part of the shadow that needs enlightening at this time, okay? And again, maybe it had to do with being inflexible and trying to assert power and control over someone or something, like a situation. That's something that you will have to sit with and figure out for yourself, Geminis. But there's definitely something going on here where this old energy is not cutting it for you anymore. And I can see that. There's opposition going on, whether this is in your family, in your relationships, or all of the above, maybe your job even. But the going back to the beginning, right? The first card that came out, it all boils down to your throat chakra and communicating something, right? We cannot be in this avoidance energy anymore because it's not working for us. There's something that you have just recently seen or are about to see, and Spirit's making it very, very clear to you what you need to do about it, and is even going to show you the path towards this new energy that you're looking at, okay? The other message that I'm getting is once you do start to take steps away from this, don't look back. Don't have any regrets about what happened here because it was part of your journey, it was part of your lessons. Keep moving forward. You're seeking some sort of fulfillment and happiness, and you know what that is now. And this lesson here was to teach you what it is you don't want. And sometimes lessons show up in that way. All right. So we have a message from Archangel Michael, and it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved, and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. See, this right here is your future with a smile. The Nine of Cups. You are totally emotionally happy and fulfilled. Okay? You got this. Your spirit message. Look at this. It says you've got this. All right. Where you are right now is where you're supposed to be. Don't compare yourself to others. That only adds pressure. Take each day as it comes and for what it is. You are a better person than you were yesterday. Growth isn't easy, but you've got this. So, yep, Spirit says you've got this. Your affirmation for this reading: I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I love that. There's a bridge here. You're just being asked to cross that bridge one step at a time. Go ahead and write this down as an affirmation, or you can journal about it, but I'm going to repeat it for you. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. That's all it takes. That's all Spirit is asking of you at this time. All right, my Gemini friends, this has been your reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, go ahead and give it a like, share, subscribe. Maybe you know somebody else who could use this reading. Go ahead and share it with them. If it did not resonate with you, that's okay. Go ahead and check out one of your other signs that falls into your sun, moon, or rising. Maybe one of those will resonate with you. But I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I wish you all a lifetime of happiness, health, wealth, abundance, and so much love. Make sure you fill your own cup up with love before you fill someone else's. Go within so you never go without, and keep in mind that I'm a beacon of light here to help guide you through the darkness. Take care, Gemini friends, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.